Hi everyone, it's Heidi from Flutterbyheidi.co.uk, back again with another fancy fold for you using the Oh So Eclectic designer naturally eclectic paper and the Oh So Eclectic stamp set, and this time we're both stamping and die cutting, so we're making the most of all of it, and it's a sort of a double side stepper card, but again it's not difficult. Just take your time and follow along. So to start off with, you're going to need a piece. I will say I'll be doing the measurements in centimetres today. Inches will be there on my blog, which is as I said, www.flutterbyheidi.co.uk. So that's our card, and it does fold quite nice and flat. A few layers on there, so it's not 100% flat, but it does fold flat, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So to start off with, you're going to need a piece of card, and I'm using Peekaboo Peach here, and this is 20 by 14.5 centimetres, and you're going to score at in landscape at 5 and at 10 centimetres. So this is on the 20 centimetre edge. You're going to score at 5 and at 10. And what that is creating is this effect here, and that's going to tell you where to cut as well. Okay, so having done that, we're just going to lightly fold those, and then with the scored section at the bottom, you're going to line it up at 10 centimetres and just cut up to that score line at 10 centimetres there. Trim away that extra little square because we're not going to need that. Pop it back in, and this time just line up at 2.5 centimetres on the right hand side here and score down just to that cut, and that's making our second little step like so. Okay, so pop your scoreboard away, and now we're going to do our layering. So to start off with, we're going to have a piece of lemon lime twist card, and we're going to use some of the lemon lime twist ink, and I'm going to be stamping off the edges. So all I'm doing is coming in around the edges with those leaves like so, and I'm going to create a border all the way around. So as I say, it doesn't matter if you come a long way in or not, just to get that pretty leaf effect like so. And that's on a piece of 10 by 9.5 by 9.5 cardstock, and that is going to layer onto a piece of Peekaboo Peach, which is 10 by 10. That becomes our easel like so. So if I just pop my ink away, and we can layer those up. So because it's an easel card, let's move that scrap out of the way, you're just going to glue across the bottom half of your piece of cardstock, and I find it easiest to literally just fold the card flat and then pop that layer on like so. Okay, pop that to one side. So this piece of cardstock is going to have a piece of Whisper White on the top, and with this one you'll see that I've stamped the leaf and the solid leaf just on the bottom here, and some of the detailed images as well. So I'm going to start off with my flowers. So let's put an extra one down here. Usually I prefer to do things in threes. I obviously had a moment where I didn't fancy doing it in threes on my previous version. And just keep a piece of scrap to the side and stamp off first. And these are not designed to be exact, they are designed to overlap. So you just put them in the general sort of area and you get this very pretty effect. I'm going to do the sentiment while we're here, which is You're Just Lovely, which is all from the same stamp set. And then I'm going to come in with the lemon lime twist again and the detailed leaves and just pop those in around. I'm just trying to keep that a bit clearer for you, like so. And if ever you get a little smudge, as I did there, pop a bit of stamping over it. Okay. So once we've done that, I'm also going to leave some space now for the die cuts, which I've already cut here. And what I'm going to do is, unusual, I'm actually just going to use some fuse because it's on my scrap paper. I can lift it up and then just pop that in like so. And you don't get very much showing on those. You could use, I've got here a fine a two-way glue pen, and that is just as effective because what I've done is I've put it on the solid stem and on that sort of more solid piece of the base and put that like so. And you'll see I've deliberately left those overlapping, and the reason for that is I'm going to come in with my fuse and don't forget you don't need to cover the whole of the back of your card, just a bit around the edge is all you need. And I'm going to come in and then trim just carefully, so depending on where it comes to, you can, on that one I'm going to leave it, but where it's overlapping, just trim there. And that just adds a little bit more interest, you know, something a little bit different that you want to do. So that layer is complete, and then you can choose whether you're going to layer that up on dimensionals, which I seem to have misplaced, or obviously whatever you happen to have, but some double-sided sticky pads on the back there, and that you literally just pop those and say you can layer that flat, which is what I'm going to do, as I seem to have misplaced my dimensionals. So having told you all to put it away, I clearly haven't. I think it's probably because I was away and took some of my craft stuff with me. So there's our left hand panel. So to make our right hand panel, you need a small piece of card which is 4.5 by 5 centimetres. So checking that you've got the right, the width across there, just again layer that up and stick it down. So that's our little second stepper. And then just to show that you don't always need die cuts to be out of solid card, or the DSP hasn't got to be a layer. It can often look quite pretty if you die cut it as well. So that's what I've done here. I've just die cut it out of the same DSP, and then, as I said, just use a glue pen or a bit of Tombow and pop that on. I've got another one here, which I've die cut out of the lemon lime twist. Now I had some of my class ladies ask me the other day about die cutting, and I actually have a number of machines. I'm very, very lucky, but what I do use for a lot of these small dies is this little tiny bitty one when I'm going to classes, and that's because I just find it easier with the little ones just to be able to pick it up and take it with me. So, you know, the Big Shot is my absolute go-to in terms of die cutting, and it is brilliant with magnetic plate, but occasionally if I'm travelling it is fantastic to have something that I can literally pop in my handbag. So there's our basic card. Now we want to do small layers, so I've die cut a solid Peekaboo Peach top half, and I'm just going to layer the die cut one over that, and then we can trim it away once it's dry, and then we can get on with our steppers. So our steppers are very straightforward, they're just strips of card. So this one is 10 by 2 centimetres with a 9.5 by 1.5 centimetre strip down the middle. like so. And now you see I haven't actually put that on very square, so I'm just going to trim it at the one end and have it slightly shorter. And this is where I find our strips foam adhesive strips coming really useful. So literally I just line it up as long as I want it to be, cut through a couple of those, and then you can literally just pop that all the way down one edge and all the way down the second edge. Make sure it's not overhanging on the ends. That one is very slightly. If it is, just take your scissors at an angle and snip it away. And then all you need to do then is pop that about halfway up, like so. So that's going to go to just sit. Now our next one is I did have all my pieces handy. The next one is made up of much smaller pieces, so I've literally got a piece which is 1.5 by 4 centimetres, which is this little piece here, and that's going to be layered up with a piece that is 3.8 by 1 centimetres and 3.3 by 7 millimetres, which I will no doubt locate in a moment. Just trim around the bottom of our flower. And I just wanted to add just these little accent pieces at the bottom. And literally put those. So I sort of place my flower and then add my little leaves where I think would look good. Like so. Try not to get glue on your fingers, otherwise you end up picking it up. And because that's a nice solid piece, we can put plenty of glue on the back there because it's just going to come over the top. Now I found my my tiny piece of DSP, but I can't find my tiny strip of Peekaboo Peach. So all I'm going to do here is pop it onto a piece of Peekaboo Peach at the narrow border and just free cut that. And that's, you know, it's always, sometimes it's easier rather than trying to cut tiny pieces out of card to just freehand kind of layer them up. So. Pop that on the top there. Oh, fingers and thumbs today. God, I don't know what's the matter with me. And then again, another piece of our strip, just because it's narrow, just a short piece will do, or a single dimensional if, unlike me, you haven't misplaced them. And then obviously this stepper is going to be more in line with our reverse one. So just pop that perhaps there. And there we have a double side stepper card using our oh so eclectic and naturally eclectic designer series paper and dies. I hope you enjoyed making that. It's a little bit of a longer one, but I think it's worth it if you wanted to do something special for somebody. Come back and see me again soon. Bye now. Oh, and don't forget to go and shop in my online shop. Bye bye.